Hello, good night, beautiful people. It's Anisha from the 5 Years to 40 podcast, and I am here with another review of Ready to Love. Now, Ready to Love season 5, they're calling it season 4, started last week, Friday. It's on the OWN network for anybody who didn't follow along last season. But it's a beautiful dating show with chocolate people on it. I absolutely love it. I've been following assiduously. Is that the right word? For the last 5 seasons, and I really enjoy it. So the reason why I am doing the review for this show, though, is because, on this platform that is dedicated to millennials and helping them to overcome any overwhelm you feel about getting older, we stick to 4 pillar topics in the conversations that we have. So I share information on careers, on health, on finances, and on relationships. And Ready to Love is a really beautiful example of Black love, and most of the cast are millennials or older millennials, and so the issues that come up out of the show will have an impact and are very relatable if you are a millennial who's trying to navigate love and relationships, like most of us are. All right, so that's why I said I choose to do it. I had a lot of fun last season, and so I decided this season I will do the review again. Okay, guys, so first of all, let me start off about this season of Ready to Love. Let me tell you, it looks very different from previous seasons, because before I feel as though it's not quite as genuine. Okay, so this season, I do not want to prejudge too much or presume too much, but I can tell you, so far, I feel as though the show is a little less genuine than the earlier seasons. It is based in DC, and maybe, people can become a product of their environment. Now, DC in America, for my Caribbean listeners, is where the White House is located. So there's a lot of politics, and there's a lot of fakery, and there's a lot of recycling and lobbyists. So maybe that's what's going on. That's why, because I just from the first impression, getting some gimmicks and fakery vibes, but I'll get into that more. Right. And also because of how they set up the first 2 episodes, they had the casting. So they showed you the people who are going to be participating, the 20 singles, and then they also included they had the mix and mingle, so where everybody's meeting each other for the first time, or at least so we hope. So they had them back to back. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do them together. I'm going to include, impression of the first impressions I got, and I will also tell you guys if I think these people are looking for love or they're looking for ratings, if it's real love or if it's just rating, right? We'll see how that go. So let's get into it. At the mix and the mingle, the first person that arrives is Carrington. Now, he's a club promoter. He has serious player vibes. He's a nice dresser, though. Looks nice face. But I can tell you off the bat, he is not ready to love. I think he's there to help improve his ratings, help improve Ready to Love ratings, and also to help him promote himself, because as a club promoter, it's really great to have all this exposure, because people will come to your events based on the fact that you're kind of like a celebrity. Oh, also, guys, before I go any further, I just have to apologize that my video has been giving me so much issues, so I'm not able to do a video recording for this first one. I do apologize to my wonderful audience. I love you guys so much for following, listening every week, and I will be back to doing full video in the next episode. All right. Okay. So the next person that comes into into the mix and mingle is Aisha. Aisha is very petite. She's a stylist, a hairstylist, I believe. And going back to the comment I made earlier about recycling, she gives a lot of Vernicia vibes. She is spunky. She's very sexy. You can tell, will bring the drama this season. Now, I like her colors. Colors are popping. She's like just red, and it's gorgeous on her. But her style of clothes is not my style. I mean, it's like really revealing and whatnot, but like I tell you, but I like her still. Like her personality comes out. She has a lot of spunk, so I know she will not let this thing be boring. I do believe that she's on the show to help the ratings of the show and to help to promote herself as a stylist. Look, if we look back at how Vernicia really did benefit from coming onto the show because it boosted her business. She talked about it on many of the podcasts after the show. But I somehow still believe that Aisha might be ready for love and might be on the show looking for love, because something about her, as much as she is, spunky and a little extra, I still believe she has a desire to be loved. So she's ready for love, but she's also there for the ratings, child. Okay, so the next person to walk in is Sabrina. And going forward, we're going to call Sabrina Fakerina. Okay, let me tell you why. So Sabrina walks in. She's tall and she's light-skinned. She is a strikingly beautiful woman. I don't say that she's pretty, but she is beautiful. Like when you see her, you have to look. So anyhow, she comes in and she starts talking about she's born in Korea, and one of the guys there, his name is Tyrone. He starts speaking to her in Korean, like he's singing a song or whatnot, and she's like, I don't know the language. I'm like, come on, because she comes in, she says she's from Korea. She has tattoos, Korean tattoos on her, and I'm wondering if she knows what the Korean tattoo means. But anyhow, and the other thing I need to mention about her, why I said I think she's fake, is like for the entire episode, she was just extra. Even in the confessional, so when they were doing the Meet the Singles, and she was doing the confessional, and she was just extra. She was talking about the size of men's penises. I'm like, that's not what this show is about. I get that might make people watch, but those of us who really want to see how love unfolds, it's a no for me, sis. But I know she's going to be there to the end, because she is saying all the right things and doing all the right things. You know who she is? She is a recycle of what was that guy named? David. Very manipulative. I'm getting manipulative vibes off Fakerina Sabrina. Okay, all right. So Tyrone, we'll talk about Tyrone one time because he was there. He is ex-military. He's in the surveillance business. He looks really shy, and not in a you just want to cuddle him way, but in a kind of anxiety-inducing way, like a guy who would shut people down because he's so shy to talk to them. However, in the Meet the Singles first impressions, a few of the ladies said that they wanted a shy guy. So maybe there's something in DC that the guys who are too outgoing are just everybody's flavor, and so women kind of know if you want somebody to hunker down with, you need them shy. So there is hope for Tyrone, but he really needs to start opening up, because remember last season, the shy guy went home the same night. The first night the shy guy went home. So Tyrone needs to be careful of that. But I do believe he's ready for love. I believe he knows, he is probably the military in him, like he's on a mission, because when he when he saw Sabrina, fake Rena, he went in one time. So he tried talking to her and connecting with her. I mean, it failed because she did not know Korean, and he was reciting in Korean. I don't understand why she wouldn't even know some simple things, because if you read the caption, he was saying in the song something about love and I'll be a fool. And I feel like if you, even if you don't know the full language, don't you know what love is in your native language? I mean, love is like, you should know love. Your mother should have said love in Korean at least once. You should know what the word fool is. Like, I did French in secondary school. I know je dois means I love. I don't know, girl. Figuring it, she rubbed me wrong. But anyhow, let's continue. So that's Tyrone. The next person to walk in is Walter. Now, let me tell you, I love karma. I love when fake meets fake and real meets real. You know this song, a dancehall song that says, real recognize real. Real recognize real. My little brother likes to play all these gangster songs. Not gangster, but like those reggae. Anyhow, let me not digress. So Walter is a version, the male version of fake Rena. So he comes in and he's again striking light-skinned brother. And he, like, the women are just like, ooh, Walter, but he really connected with Sabrina, fake Rena. But let me tell you why I think he's a little fake. So yes, he did have a hard time. His wife died when he was young, but he, in the confessional, is saying, oh, the reason, that happened, and it was very traumatic, and he was traumatized, and because he was so traumatized, he wilded out after his wife died, and that's why he never had a relationship. He came really close, but thank God he never ended up in a relationship, because after his wife died, he just went on sleeping with people spree. Makes no damn sense, but okay, the ladies like him, and he definitely is a ladies guy, so he will be there for a long time. He will probably make it right to the end. He's there for the ratings of himself, child. He is very much into him, so let's see how that goes. Then there is, he's there for the ratings. He's not there for love. All right. So the next person we meet in is Taisha. Taisha is a beautiful woman. She's curvy and she's pretty. She has great, gorgeous hair and skin, but child, she talks too much. So when they showed her and she was talking, I was like, she's not going to be here for long. As beautiful as she is, this is a show for love. Granted, most of them are here for ratings. It's still a show for love, and you have to act it. So she was talking. Walter complimented her on her accent. He's like, he loves a woman with an accent. She's from Texas. And she's like, no, it's she's from wherever the whatever place she was from. Because she corrected him. And men, masculine men, don't take kindly to that, especially if they don't know you. Like, you're a stranger, sis. You don't have to be correcting the guy on the first time you meet. Like, if you and him are together long and y'all kicking it, so he understands how your personality, but he don't know you, and there's a 9 other women that he could focus on. You're ready to jump on him and tell him, no, this is not the right accent. You're not, like, he's not an accent expert. I don't get why she had to correct him. It's so off-putting, and it was a proper opportunity for she just said, so you like girls with accent, or you like women with accent, or she could have said something like, I really like that you noticed that. I mean, that's very observant of you. I wonder what else you observe. Can I take it and run with it instead of shutting the man down? Because when you're dating, it's really important to compliment men. Men need it. Like, men need you to notice that they're noticing them. They need to be told that you like certain things about them. So just chill, sis. And then she also was doing a lot of talking about being a prize. I'm the prize woman. And anytime women come off about they are the prize thing, it always makes me bristle a little bit, because while I agree we're all beautiful prizes, daughters of the king, absolutely, I don't like when women kind of say it without alluding to the fact that we want to be dating sons of a king. So we're rolling with some kings as well. So yes, while you are the prize, honey cha, remember that these men are not dusties, they're prizes too. So you don't have to state the obvious. We're all prizes up in here. You don't have to state the obvious as far as so it comes off a little insecure. That's my impression. Of course, you guys jump in the comments and let me know if I'm being, wrong about this. Just let me know what you think about how when women go on about, with the prize, yeah, the prize, with all prizes. Okay. Anyhow, she even went on and started talking about she was at a gas station and a guy was going to jump her, and she's like, you're not me, they know where I'm from, and I'm like, what is going on with this girl? Why would you even talk about you going into a fight with a guy that you just trying to date? Men have a primitive primal need to feel needed, and they always want you to need them, and they always want to be a hero and run in. But if on your first date you tell them you was going to fight a man before you reach to him, he puts you as a sister and not as a potential lover. So that was a mouthful. She is ready to love, but she probably will not get it unless she fixes that issue of standing down and being open to it. I think she is looking for love, absolutely, but maybe she's nervous and over talking, oversharing, and being silly. But we'll see how it unfolds. I really do wish that she would find that love that she's looking for. The next person we meet is Naeem. Now, guys, I might have pronounced that wrong, firstly. And secondly, there's a lot of guys with beards and bald heads on the show this season. I need to get some pictures up so y'all can see what I mean. But please remember to catch the show on the OWN network on Friday night. It comes on at 9. It is going to be worth your time. Okay, and then we could talk more about this show if you do. So anyhow, so he gave me this kind of vibe like fake again. He's doing this thing where he's like, he's woke, he's wearing this dashiki and the African man, and I don't fall for it. I think that he's really intelligent. I also get the feeling that he will use it against women. So, men who can be condescending because they know more than you do and will just kind of make you feel inferior. I get that vibe off him. I don't know what he's there for, because he doesn't have a business. So he is not there to raise the ratings for him or raise the ratings for the show, I guess. But I know for sure he's not ready to love. All right. So we'll see how that goes. Next is Frank. Frank is a good pick. He kind of talks in a weird way. He reminds me of a nutcracker. So yeah, oh my God, I'm sorry. He again gives me this judgmental kind of thing, but not judgmental in a necessarily mean way. I think he knows what he wants. So he has this pragmatic thing about him and also this charismatic thing. So women will be drawn to him. He's decisive. Like later on in the night, he was talking to LIBBA and she was being a bit much and he just kind of shut it down, you can tell. So he is a good pick for the show. I am not entirely sure that he is ready to love, but he might be. Like he would be persuaded to date one woman if it would help him, because he does things for pragmatic reasons and not so much based on what I saw for the couple of minutes, not so much like emotional. He knows that he can get a woman, so it's not like he's out here thirsty in the streets. Okay. And he's already a lady favorite. He has a business, so I know that being on the show will definitely help to promote his business. So ratings, he is a ratings and a kind of sort of ready for love. All right, so the next person we meet is Carrie. I really like Carrie. She's one of my favorites. She looks very Caribbean, even more than the Caribbean girl that's there. She has like this no BS kind of thing. When Corey the creeper was trying to get with everybody, she kind of figured him out from far. I like her style. She had great braids. I didn't like what she was wearing on the day of the mix and mingle. It looked tawdry. It looked cheap. But in her confessional videos and in the Meet the Single videos, she has really great sense of style. Very feminine, soft clothing, soft material, kind of like how Vernicia used to dress. And I told you guys in the last season that I like, that's just myself personally. So I notice it on other women when they dress like that. But she has this, she exudes a lot of femininity, so which I like. I think that she might be ready to love. But I'm not sure if she will see anybody there who she will be able to, and I would love to see how it all unfolds for her sake. My next favorite is Courtney. She's the next person that joins. She looks like the life of the party. She loves life. You can see it. She has amazing hair. Her hair reminds me of mine. Courtney is she is definitely ready to love. Like, she's boss. She spends a lot of time in her business, but she also is a single mom. So I think she would be ready to settle, to find somebody to help her, to have fun, to relax. Because she used to be like fun and outgoing before. She said she had to shut that down when she became a mom, which we all understand. But I think somebody you can help her to balance that out, like have a few nights on the tongue and still understand that she has responsibilities and not expect her to be, out every night and all of that. She would be really, that would help her. So yeah, I could see her definitely finding love on the show. Let's see how that happens. I think she's ready for love more than ratings, but she will do good ratings for the show. She is gorgeous, so I believe that she will be there to the end. Let's see how that goes. The next person they feature is Corey. Corey is a moron. The guy comes in, he's asking everybody and their cousin for their phone numbers. He says, the way he knows how to do it is that you copy and paste your information. You have the same conversation with 10 ladies, and then based on what they say, you get them on the first date and then you get them on the second date. I'm like, fool. You have been doing this outside. It has not worked. Clearly, it has not worked. Otherwise, you would not be on them people's show. So what, you coming on people's show and do the same stupidness you was doing outside? Come on. Corey was very disappointed. So I don't, and then he, in the Meet the Singles, he was on a lot about, he has 6 figures. He makes 6 figures. He has 6-pack abs and foolishness. It's foolishness. But anyhow, so I do not think he is ready to love at all, but he is good for ratings. He has a gym. It will help him to build his business, definitely, and he will also help ratings because he is good looking. Now, he's dressed like a clown, but he is good looking, and he's fun and funny, and everybody likes a funny guy. Everybody loves a funny guy, right? So I think he will stay on the show for a little while because he makes for good TV, and he's here for that. He's here for the ratings. Right. At that point, when it came to the mix and mingle, Tommy came out and he told them why they're here, reminded them that 2 people will be leaving, 1 male, 1 female will be leaving at the same night, and asked them to mix and mingle and get to know more about each other. So they continue doing that. The next person we meet is Phil. Oh my gosh, so smitten for Phil. He is gorgeous. Like, he's just this nice, calm, beautiful man, and he just exudes this sense of calmness. Like, I don't know, something about him is just really nice. So yeah, so he may have unresolved issues, so because his mom died before he was able to get married. And he did mention that that's something he wanted to do for her to witness. So he might have some issues there. And he did say his last relationship, the person wasn't patient enough or whatnot, and they broke up. So that, because the details were kind of gave a sense of ambiguity, like he wasn't very clear on what really happened. So there's something else there, and it's either he was very wrong or she was very wrong, but either ways he seemed like he had some stuff he needed to trash out. But I do believe that he is genuinely looking for a connection, so I'm excited for him, whoever that will be. Right. The next person is Newman. Newman is a singer, songwriter, very forgettable face. And let me tell you, she's only here for the ratings. She ain't ready to love. She wants to build her music career. Moving on. So I talked about Corey earlier. And he continued trying to meet everybody and talk to everybody and get everybody number to get him on a first date. And he would realize that it didn't, those tactics won't work, right? Then you see people they kind of moved on to show where the connections were deepening. Like Therese was talking a lot to Carrington, and Carrington gonna give me, I don't know, listen, I don't have good gaydar, quote unquote, but I think Carrington could be on the other team. I we'll see how it works out. But anyhow, he found she was asking too much questions, which is true. She talks too much. Anyhow, so then they bring us to Cornelius. Cornelius is so handsome, such a beautiful man. He seems grounded. He gives serious Calfani vibes. I think that he is ready to love. He's an engineer. He does creative work, and he just seems like, good people, good, stable. You don't see a lot of stable guys out here, like if he's interested in you, he would tell you. There's no rush. There's no, he would do the courting. He would do the right thing. So Cornelius is a good pick, and whoever gets him, I hope that it works out. Right? So yeah, he is ready for love. He's on the show for love. Now, Camille is the next person. Camille, ironically, and Cornelius hit it out from the bat. And you know who Camille reminded me of? Denise. Remember crazy Denise, who was like, used to be walking around and threatening Calfani and Adriana. Oh my Lord! In season 3. Oy. So anyhow, she is petite, she's beautiful. Weave, I think, is a little too long for her, but anyhow, sister girl, do your extensions, do you. She made this foolish comment about him being her boyfriend, and I just find it was a little petty, and like, it's big people. But anyhow, in her confession in the Meet the Single, she said that she was engaged 3 times. So Cornelius, Camille is a serious flight risk. It's amazing that she ended up on the show, because maybe she did the work. Maybe she's healed and she's ready. And I'm all for people forgiving their past and moving on to greater things. So let's see how that works out for Camille, but I'm not holding my breath. The other person is LIBBA. LIBBA is flighty. Ball of energy, divorced after 20 years, and she says she's ready to love. I think the fact that she's been in a relationship for that long, guys aren't gonna want to go there, because they will feel as though she might want to go right back into a relationship after being in one for so long, and she might want it to get serious really quick, and guys kind of tiptoe around that. Also, while she has a great figure and everything, I don't think she dressed well for her. Like, she had beautiful colors and stuff on, but her weave was a hot mess, and her dress wasn't like the whole. She just needed to tone it down just a bit. I love people who are vivacious and fun and all of that, but based on the settings, we had to kind of code switch sometimes. It's not being disingenuous, and it's not, you can walk in your authenticity without being with being careful at the same time, like to read the room. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, she is ready to love, but I doubt. And by the end of the night, we see that did not work out. So Lamont is a guy who says he's ready to love. Lamont needs to socialize some more. Like, he is awkward around the women. He moves a lot, he paces a lot, he asks too much questions, and it makes him come off like suspicious. And he's also one of the older guys, and he is, while he looks nice, he's not very handsome. You know, women could look past face if you bring the rest. So bottom, he's ready for love, but he needs to kind of he needs to go out somewhere and watch how guys date and talk to women for him to kind of understand what's going on. I think when he understands that, he will be an amazing guy, because he's ready to love, but he's also kind of carrying this kind of energy like, oh my god, I'm lonely, I want a wife to settle down, and he's already set in his ways, and women could sense that. Okay, so they wouldn't be around for that. Right, so they bring us back to Walter and Camille talking, and he shares that his wife, what happened with his wife, and he brings that up. And then I don't know, I just don't even think Walter would be cute without his beard, but anyhow, they go on and they show us some more connections that's going on. Courtney, Cornelius and Camille, like Camille was making some kind of weird comments to Cornelius about him not getting her a drink, and I'm like, she's so Denise, what is going on? Lamont ended up freestyling for Aisha, which she did not take kindly, because God, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was scared. Sabrina and Phil had a nice little moment. I'm so glad it got interrupted by Corey, because I don't think Phil is on fake Rena's level. So I'm glad that Corey came and interrupted, trying to get her number. Corey, that fool. And then Sabrina and Walter end up sharing a lot. So I tell you guys, I love when fake and fake it's beautiful. They start sharing and talking deep stuff. I just found it was so soon to be sharing so much. She said that she is a single mom. Her mom is sick. Her dad is sick. Mom take care of dad, and then she takes care of everybody else. It's so hard for her. And Walter said he could have related to that, because his mom died in his arms, and it's so devastating and so hard. And I understand that too. Like, caretaking is really hard. So I understand why she would feel overwhelmed, and it's good that they got to connect on that level. But then she was crying and said she really appreciated that about him, that he does, and so she knows how to deal with these men. Like, she, that would draw any man in, because she's complimenting him on it. But then she says something that just, the fakery. She's like, oh, maybe it's because I don't have anybody to talk to. I haven't had anybody make me feel like this. I don't know when last I had somebody make me feel like this, and she's gonna talk to him, and she's feeling so wonderful. And I'm like, what the hell? So where are your friends? How come you never had nobody to make you feel comfortable enough to talk about your mother, your parents being sick? Girl, goodbye foolishness. Anyhow, so yeah, it continues with a few connections. There was Zadia, the fitness coach. She's a boss. She is very competitive. She will be a good contender if she stays, because she looked like if these people are in front of her, she would come off the show. I think she's ready for love, but she's also there for ratings, because she has a fitness business, and it will definitely help to promote that. Then there's Shiloh. She's a half Trini. She has a lot of parents' baggage, but I do love that she used the baggage to help her to become a coach, and so she helps other people who going through who would have had divorces when they were young and have attachment issues, like anxious attachment issues and whatnot. She was there for the rating for her business, but I feel in a way Shiloh was there for love as well. Another guy we saw was Donta. He is a bearded man as well. Nothing much going on about him. He's a good looking ish guy, but he's ready for love. I don't think he's there for any reasons. I think it's an opportunity to be there, and he knows he's probably a little competitive, but yeah, he's there for love. So, towards the end, the ladies figure out Corey. They realize he's making the wrongs and doing the foolishness, and that got shut down. Tony Tommy returns to do the elimination. Lamont got eliminated and not Corey, which clearly shows that the show is on shit and mainly trying to do this for ratings. Because if we're really serious about Ready to Love, why wouldn't you eliminate a guy who had the phone numbers for over like 5 or 6 of the women there, because he's trying to copy and paste and get them out on a date? He go around the whole room asking people for their number and storing it up. That's not somebody who's ready to love. Come on. But anyhow, it's all good. So Corey stays, Lamont goes. Again, Lamont is not the most attractive person, and he was shooting out tons of nervous energy. So I guess that's what happened. For the ladies, LIBBA goes, and I think it's okay. She's okay with it. She says that she noticed that her person wasn't there, so it's fine for her to leave, and I'm happy for her. Let her go away. Tessia though was in the bottom with LIBBA, and so she was physically upset. She had a whole face. She's like, "Oh, why is he playing my face? I gave a few of them my numbers. What did they try?" And I'm like, you still didn't even realize that you're talking too much. When you get upset because you didn't get picked, who you think gonna pick you next time around? That you're holding grudges? Men have enough of that as it is. They don't want nobody who holding grudges over them. Come on now, stop. Anyhow, it was a good double episode. Next week, they promise to bring 2 new people in, so that should be interesting. Guys, I am so excited that I'm getting to see this show and do this with you guys. I really missed you all from last season, and welcome to all my new viewers and listeners. And remember to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram. It's 5 years to 40. And yeah, let's keep in communication. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the episode. Let me know what you agree with or disagree with. And guys, please have a safe week and keep doing the most. Bye.